gonna hit record. I got a new screen. And we're live.
And welcome back to the Nub. I'm the Murse,
Hey, it's me, Felton.
And the bald Brevard.
aka Infinity. Infinity. So this is our exclusive for the Hanging with Web Show episode. Please like and subscribe the Hanging with Web Show channel on YouTube. They've got a lot of great content besides us. There's actually a show on there where they do like a deep dive on like morning cartoons, which I'm going to start listening to because the Saturday morning cartoons back in the day. I'm very excited about that. So please like and subscribe and listen to the other podcasts they have on there, but especially listen to ours. We would really appreciate that. On the podcast for the Nub, we were talking for our channel, which is Nerd and Brevard. Please like and subscribe to that one if you haven't as well. We were talking about some cool things going on in the local community of Comixx. Jake Estrada has enlisted me and a couple other guys to start getting prepared to start doing the Space Coast comics again. We're going to start putting it out probably once quarterly. So excited about that. Get that going again. Also, we've started a meeting of the minds for the local comic book writers and artists and stuff, where we're going to meet up once a month and just kind of talk about what's going on in the community of comics, what we're working on, kind of keep people on task. Like I said in the other podcast, it's like the Inklings, Lewis Carroll and Tolkien, but with local comic book talent. So that's what we're working on there. How you guys doing?
I'm starving to death.
Ooh. Well, I mean, okay. Nobody really cares. And what about you, Infinite B?
No, I just ate not that long ago. I'm good.
Okay, good. As long as you're fine, not starving, then we're all good.
No,
that's what I'm concerned about.
I went vegetarian because my blood pressure was really bad, and I just trying to cut out sodium. So I've been eating nothing but vegetables for like the past 2 weeks.
Oh, great! So we're gonna have two veggie people at our D&D nights. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It won't be difficult at all to order food and stuff like that on D&D nights. It'll be perfectly easy. So great,
Yeah,
awesome.
I'll just
I'm really
order
excited
the
about that.
broccoli with the from the Chinese food place. It's fine.
Yeah, that'll be great, and the rest of us will just order good food and laugh at you. So. Anyways, so what's going on in the world of nerddom, guys?
Well, the Boys Season 2 trailer's out.
Oh yeah, did you see that?
No, I didn't watch it yet.
Oh well, then don't talk about it. No, I'm just kidding. No, it looks fantastic. Everybody's covered in blood. Everybody looks snarky. It ends with the butcher just sipping some tea. Yeah, I don't know if that's like a nod to Kermit or not, but it looks fantastic. I'm extremely excited. I'm so happy it's going to be coming out shortly. We've also got The Witcher coming soon. We've got Castlevania 3, the third season, coming out. There's a lot of cool stuff going to hit soon, so we're going to be locked up in our houses watching a lot of TV, getting blood clots.
You know, I like Super Ghouls and Ghosts better than Castlevania. I don't know.
Okay, well maybe they'll come out with a really kick-ass show for you to watch later on. But right now we're focused on the Castlevania, so get on board and remember that Alucard is Dracula spelled backwards, and mind blown.
I heard. I don't know if you've been following this, but there was a really good comic trailer for this comic coming out, Savage Bastards.
Yes.
I don't know if you,
Oh my god.
That was pretty cool.
Okay, let me just say that I was blown away by this trailer. Like, I did not expect it to be as cool as it was. I'm actually worried that the trailer might be cooler than the book. I'm worried that people see the trailer and they'll be like, "Oh my god, this book is amazing," and then they read the book. It's like the pictures don't move. What's going on here? This is boring. So.
Gonna have to send Mark an email and be like, "You're overselling it, man. Pull it back."
Yeah, pull it back a little bit. Like, this is way too much pressure now.
God. Do you think we could do like a dramatic character play of like, we go through and like show the panels, and then each of us takes a character and we read the panel.
Oh, absolutely. As long as I get to play the Duchess, that's fine.
Yeah.
Which is one of my female protagonists. Yeah, so I'm really excited about the book coming out. Thank you guys for bringing it up. I'm not going to sit here and plug it every chance I get on the podcast, but I will plug it every chance I get on the podcast.
Yeah.
So, but for those that are interested, you can actually go to your local comic book store, any local comic book store, and order it. It's in Diamond, so it's called Savage Bastards. It's a spaghetti western with kind of a fantasy twist to it. Should be a lot of fun. Some funniness, some action, adventure, a little bit of romance, a little bit of everything. Try to make it like the blockbuster of comic books. So
it's like a Wild Wild West.
need more money. Yeah, like
Yeah.
if the movie Wild Wild West was actually better, then
Hey, listen, I'm just going to put a stop to it right there. I don't think there's anything wrong with Wild Wild West. That was a delightful film. Absolutely everything Will Smith has ever done is a national treasure. They actually have to keep Nicolas Cage away from things that Will Smith has done because he tries to steal it.
yeah. So After Earth, and giant mechanical spider.
What Afterbirth? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The thing that Tom Cruise eats? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
No,
Afterbirth?
right. First off, Tom Cruise doesn't eat that anymore, so now he can see his daughter. I guess.
Oh,
I guess that was in their. I guess that was in their contract. You stop eating placentas and worshiping crazy dead aliens, then you can see your daughter again.
No,
So.
he still does that. He didn't denounce.
Yeah, but now he does it. Now he does it secretly though.
Hold on, he didn't denounce Scientology.
Yes, he's left Scientology according to the tabloids.
Absolutely not. Hold on.
Yes.
I gotta fact check this.
Yes, and I guess Oprah Winfrey is expecting him to come in to her show and not jump on the couch this time. So
Yeah, is he gonna use
That,
force
be
lightning to kill her, or?
no, he doesn't practice Scientology anymore. He doesn't have force lightning and things anymore.
That was one of the best. There it is, right there. The GIF image still exists. Tom Cruise kills Oprah, and they play the audio from Star Wars. No!
I will spit my water all over my computer screen. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, they played the Emperor laughing, and then the sound of force lightning. Oh God.
Well, that's from the new Star Wars trailer, isn't it? It's Tom Cruise in the new Star Wars trailer, and it's got the Emperor laugh.
Here you go, Triple B, right there.
No!
Click on
No!
click on that link right there, and you're gonna die live on the air. God.
Wait for it. Oh, dead air again.
No, I guess you're right. I guess that. Wow.
Yeah.
You can't.
Don't
quit
fact check me,
Scientology.
son.
Huh.
Don't fact check me, son. I'm always right. Like when I get names wrong and dates and just entire stories in general.
Well, right now it's just gossip. So I mean, they're just gossiping about it.
That's
But, I
the
mean,
best link I've ever clicked on.
I feel like you turned your mic off so you wouldn't spit all over the place and make terrible noises.
God,
So yeah, that's interesting. Okay, Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes.
yeah.
I don't know, but I guess he can see his daughter again now, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's nice. Good for him.
Yeah.
Now all he has to
Anyway.
get his teeth fixed.
Yeah, which I mean I don't understand why. Listen, he can only have one or the other. He can either have a ripped old man body that is still like the 30-year-old's aspiration, or he can have good teeth. He can't have both.
Well, I mean, it's just that he has a front tooth in the center of his face, and I know there's nothing he can do about it, but once you see it, you just can't unsee it.
So, like I said in the last podcast, you are Sheldon from Rocko's Modern Life.
I
Like, straight
have
up.
obsessive compulsive disorder. That is true.
I've never noticed that before. I hate you so much right now.
You'll never unsee it.
I've never noticed that before.
Infinity, this is my life. Like this is my life with Felton. Like he points these things out, and then like luckily I don't obsess over that stuff as much, but still it gets you every now and again. You'll be brushing your teeth, and you're like, "Damn it, he really does have a tooth in the middle of his head."
You know, Megan Fox has stubby thumbs.
Man. Yes, I do know that. She's got toe thumbs, like the large toe thumbs.
Holy shit.
I do know that. Yes.
I can't.
Did you know what is his name from? Oh man, I can't remember now. Iron Man 2. He plays Hammer, the bad guy, like the one that owns the opposing company to Tony's. He likes to do a lot of dancing and stuff in his movies. Oh, I cannot remember his name.
Christopher
He was in the
Walken.
Green Mile. No, but Christopher Walken's fantastic. He was in the Green Mile. He played Buffalo Bill or Wild Bill or something like that. Anyways, I was gonna say he's got really jacked up fingers, like
Mickey
like
Rourke?
kind of. No, not Mickey.
Sam
Rourke.
Rockwell.
Thank you, Sam Rockwell.
Rockwell, okay.
Yes, on his left hand, I believe his fingers are like clubbed, you know. And once I saw that once in a movie, I was like, I cannot unsee it now. Every time I watch a movie with him, and I look for it specifically. I'm like, oh, let me see his hand. Oh, there it is.
Oh wow! Look, yeah, you're right. Holy cow!
Mm-hmm.
He looks kind of different with a shaved head. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's a great actor, though. Oh my goodness.
He was in a movie called Mr. Right, where he played a hitman.
Yes.
Anna Kendrick.
With Anna Kendrick, exactly. I love that movie.
Oh my
Love
god.
I love it.
That was such a good movie.
I feel like we turned into like grandmas for a second there, or like maybe.
Oh, have you
maybe
seen
like older,
that delightful little movie? Oh my gosh.
Older Jersey moms or something, just like. Did you see the movie with Anna Kendrick in it? Oh my God! Yes, it was beautiful. Anyways, so let's get it back on track. I feel like this show has kind of run away from us a little bit here.
So in other news, a snow park is coming to Florida in 2020.
A snow park?
Yep, you're going to be able to ski and snow tube. And
why?
I'm never going to go there.
Why? We live in Florida for a reason.
Yeah, I don't really understand why someone would want to bring this hellish facade of a theme park to the state. That's just terrible.
I mean, even skating rinks, I give kind of like a sideward glance to when I'm driving by. I'm like, ooh, ice skating rink? I don't know, man. Like, it's something unnatural about you being here.
Yeah, well, not only that, but I don't know. I feel like ice skating is just unnatural in general. I just don't think that it's good.
And then think about, like, we have to spend so much money on extra clothing to go to these things because, I mean, let's be honest. I've only got shorts and, like, one pair of pants I wear to work, and that's it.
Here's the thing. I busted my knees so bad ice skating and skiing. Well, it's not so much skiing, but, ice skating. I'll never do it again.
We need to have a separate podcast called Felton's Anxieties. Felton's Follies. I don't know, something like that. Just do a deep dive into your childhood and figure out like what happened, like where did we go wrong?
Everything. Everything happened.
We'll start with the alien pizza monsters from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and just go from there.
Mm-hmm. Listen, it all started
all
when
right.
I was washing my Puma. Okay.
You did say Puma, right?
Yeah, I was
okay,
washing my Puma. And
just want to make sure that we're still trying to keep it within the PG-13 air, so. All right. Let's head over. Well, no, last time we headed over to Infinity first, so let's hit it up with Felton and the video game news. And honestly, you can rehash some of the things you said in the last podcast because some people will listen to this one, some people will listen to the other one. You know, we could pretend like they're two different things. So what do you got for us?
Oh, well, just repeat the same exact thing I said before. Okay.
Verbatim.
Verbatim. I'll just read it off
We'll
my
laugh
script
just
here.
as much.
Yeah, I'll read it verbatim off of my script here. Basically, we've had some interesting revelations in the next Diablo game. We know that the Necromancer is officially Rathma. Okay, yeah, I'm saying it right.
Can I just say something? Like Lilith coming out of the weird like skin
portal,
vagina portal thing. I'm just like, wow, that was disgustingly awesome.
Yeah, that was really really gross. And I know we said it before, but that was very just like Hellraiser-y, just really cool. Like that was really creepy. I enjoyed that trailer a lot.
But for those of you who haven't seen it, like, you know, take the time. You know, it's on YouTube. Just hit up that Diablo 4 trailer, and you know, then try to sleep.
Yep, that's gross. I think the set name is Bones of Rathma. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway. So yeah, they cut into a video, one of the Blizzard, you know, cinematics in the cinematic, and they found some meta tags, and it said like, you know, Rathma looking at Priest looks back at Rathma, and you see Rathma's reflection in his eyes, and they're like, oh shit, that was him. So, you know, we got official news, so that's cool.
That must have been the part in the trailer where that 80s song came through, and I was like, oh, that's an interesting choice. But it was like that, you know, I just died in your arms tonight.
I was just a reflection in your eyes. And the fact that she kept the fleshy cape too, that was kind of I don't know, that was kind of gross.
I mean, waste not, want not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, and especially too, if I don't know if it's the same. Was Lilith was like a minor enemy in Diablo or Diablo 2? So
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't understand how she's like the mother of all evil now, or maybe it's a different Lilith. I mean, who? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what they're doing. I have faith they'll create a good story. I mean, they had to do something after that debauchery last year.
One more thing to point out too is that blood doesn't work that way. Like, I don't know if the developers realize that, but it doesn't just like. I mean, I was thinking that like they're introducing Carnage or something into this for a minute. Like, I thought like a symbiote was gonna pop out. I was like, oh, I guess they're merging with Marvel. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, Mortal Kombat tried that with DC, right? And it failed miserably.
Oh my god, there have been so many crossover games over the years. My god. Street Fighter versus Marvel, Marvel DC, DC Street Fighter, King of Fighters versus Mortal Kombat versus Pocket Fighters,
Teletubbies.
Like Teletubbies, you know. I mean, my god, Tom Cruise enters the mix and uses Force Lightning to kill Oprah. I mean, it's all been it's all been too
all
much,
right,
man.
there, Infinity. Do you have another Kickstarter for us, or are you going to show some more of that smut from last podcast?
No, since we're doing shameless plug,
Ooh.
One of my short stories will be featured in the Flash Fiction Force anthology from Ashcan Comics Club.
Yes, sir, and I've definitely backed this. I'm very excited. Can't wait to see my homies' words on print coming out in my hot little hands.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it, and we've got 7 days left. And
could you give us like why don't you give the audience a overview of what the actual anthology is about, like what the theme was, and then maybe just a little taste or a little idea of what your story is.
Sure.
Without giving too much away.
Right. The Flash Fiction Force is a monthly anthology where they give us themes, and then all of us write 3-page short stories that fit within the theme, and we're paired with artists, and they do a 1-page of artwork to go with the story. And it's collected in a monthly anthology, and it's put out for their Patreon subscribers. And the guy who runs it, Nate, decided to gather some of his favorite stories from the past year and put them all together in one big, I think he's going for 120-page anthology. And so it's going to be stories from all through the different themes from the past year. And I'm honestly not 100% sure which one of my stories he chose.
Okay.
We just had the crime and cosmic themes come out. Those were the first two I did, and I finally got my copies of those, and it's really cool to see my words and name on ink in reality and not just in a Word document.
Yeah, exactly. Not hypothetically. All right. Well, I'm excited about it. I've already done my Kickstarter for it. So head over to Kickstarter. What is the name of the Kickstarter again? Because it's not Ashcan Comics. It's something else for the Kickstarter.
Flash Fiction Force Anthology.
Yes, there we go. So check it out, guys, and let's support our good friend here, Mr. Infaby. Yeah, before he makes his debut into the comics foray, and then stops talking to us because he's too popular.
Too famous.
Right.
Excuse me, I'm too famous to speak to you now.
Exactly. Also, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say that Over the Ropes from Mad Cave Studios is out now from Jay Sandling, another one of the contest winners from the same contest that Infaby and myself came from. So this is a wrestling comic. Actually kind of excited about it because I haven't really been into wrestling in a long time, but this, I guess, takes place in that early 90s era, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Late 80s, early 90s transitionary period. So I'm excited to see what's going on there. Follows the main character, the Phoenix. So it's the young upstart wrestler and his dream of becoming a wrestler, if I'm not mistaken.
Have you gotten to read the first one?
I have not. I have not picked it up yet. It's at the comic book store waiting for me. I've been extremely busy this past week, but I will be picking up my copy and the copy that I got for you to send out to you because that's just how we roll. Did you receive your? Thank you. Did you receive your 4th issue of End of Show or Show's End yet?
I have not.
Okay, well it's in the mail. It should be there shortly. So
awesome. I did receive a review PDF of Over the Ropes, and so I got to check it out early. And I haven't watched wrestling since I was a little kid. I used to watch it with my grandpa, and back when before I guess the last time I actually watched wrestling was when they did the Wolfpack and NWO. Mm-hmm. That kind of era. So when I was watching it every weekend with my grandpa was the height of Hulk Hogan and towards the end of Andre the Giant kind of thing. And so I am not a big wrestling fan currently, but I actually kind of enjoyed this book, even not being a wrestling fan. I did see lots of classic wrestling references that you've got to watch out for. Jay certainly did his homework and a lot of shout outs to different people and different things. And I kind of felt like you said, it was a late 80s, early 90s era, and I kind of felt like it had almost a Karate Kid kind of vibe to it.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes me even more excited.
You'll have to watch that. And yeah, tell me what you think when you get around to reading it, because I got underdog, and you had the villain comes across as kind of like a late 80s, early 90s.
See, and I'm excited. I'm excited about that because it's funny. The exact same time period is when I stopped watching wrestling as you did, and I used to. And the highlight for me was the same exact time period with my grandfather. We used to watch wrestling together. So that's crazy. I even used to love to watch the Hulk Hogan wrestling TV show, the cartoon. Yes. All that stuff. I had all the little toys or all the rubber toys and stuff when they started coming out. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
I don't remember what happened. There was some violent thing on TV, or I think some kid blamed wrestling on killing his friend or paralyzing his friend or something. And it was shortly thereafter I wasn't allowed to watch wrestling anymore.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I was pretty
sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for bringing the whole show down again, Felton. I appreciate that.
Yep. Next, I'll be talking about guys. How Columbine affected my life and video games.
All right, guys. I think it's about that time. So I'm going to call on Felton this time to do his Die of Destiny. And Felton, who would you like to roll to add, subtract, or do nothing with their dice to your roll?
I'm gonna pick Infinity.
Okay.
All right. Okay, here we go. 11, and I think I will. Let's add.
Okay.
I like how loud and strong your dice is there, Infinity.
Shakes the whole desk.
I have 17.
Okay, so, and you said you added or subtracted? I'm sorry.
Added.
Added. Yeah.
Added, okay. So you actually, Felton, get to decide who's going to tell their embarrassing story today.
I want to hear.
You feel the power?
I feel so much power. I mean, so since he helped me by adding 11 and that pushed me over 20, I mean, I kind of feel like, reality TV show rules. We had an alliance, so it's gonna be you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wait, you who? Like, you forget we can't even see each other right now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Murse.
Oh, so we're doing Survivor rules. Okay, all right,
Yeah,
that's fine. Survivor. All right. Wow. Let's see. I've told some. I'm not gonna give up. Okay. Well, I've told some pretty damn embarrassing stories so far. So let's see. I've told the gentle.
Though, the blue cheese story is still near and dear to my heart.
Thank you.
Yes.
I will randomly laugh about that if I'm just sitting around just thinking about.
Oh man. Okay. So this one is not so much an embarrassing story about myself as it is about my son and what he did to one of my coworkers. So I used to work in a restaurant, and this was around the time that my son was born. He was just a baby, not even like barely 1 year old. And of course we brought him into the restaurant during the slow time so everybody could see him and, ooh, ah, the baby, that kind of stuff, right? And one of the employees, who I was not a big fan of, she kind of annoyed me a lot. She was like, "Oh, let me hold the baby," and I'm like, "Oh, but you smell like stale cigarettes." But okay, go wash your hands really well first. So she went and she washed her hands and she came out and she picked the baby up and everything's going fine and he's got this like big old grin on his face and stuff and everything's just fantastic until I look kind of like towards the bottom of his diaper and I see that he had somehow projectile shat this strange liquidy greenish kind of yellowish goo like down from his diaper down the front of her outfit and into her the little you're getting ahead of yourself here. Where you hold this where a lot of servers hold their straws and stuff, that little like fanny pack thing in the front. So like all the pens and stuff in there. So yeah, he projectile shat in there, and it took me a couple of seconds to get myself in order because I wanted to laugh so hard, but obviously this is not a good time for that. And I was like, so and so. I think you might need to go home and change. And she's like, what are you talking about? She obviously had not felt this. And I was like, I think my baby just shat down the front of you. And she pulls my son away from her. Again, he's like cooing and happy as could be. And she's just like, what the bleep? Like right in the middle of the restaurant. Thankfully, there's only like 4 people in at the time. But it was probably one of the greatest moments my son has ever had. Like he was like my personal hero that day. And I know that's a terrible thing to say, but man, it was just so satisfying. It was so, just heartwarming to see that my son kind of had the same feeling for this person he doesn't even know that I do. So
that is great.
It's a pro revenge.
Yeah, that's my son's an amazing person. And on that note, another poop story as per the usual. We'll go ahead and close out this episode. This was, again, a exclusive for the Hangin with Web show. Please check out all their other shows. We will be obviously putting a link to that in our stuff down there, Mr. Producer, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, I'm the Murse.
That's Felton.
And the big, burly, beautiful, bodacious, badass, bald-bearded bard from beyond.
Also known as Infinity. We'll catch you guys later.